Hey, what's up, YouTube? Monarch Synchro here, bringing you deck of the month. I haven't done this in a while, but I really wanted to bring you guys this deck. I like it right now. It's pretty much the deck that I'm running, and yeah, I wanted to give you guys my version. It's pretty much light beat, I guess you can call it. It's not really Gemini stun because it doesn't run Doom Cows or Fossil Dynas, so it's more of a light beat kind of sort of thing. So. Yeah, without further ado, let's get to the deck. You run triple Thunder King Ryo, pretty much standard in any light beat, in any pretty much anti-meta deck that you run. He's just amazing. He negates Battle Fader, which I like a lot. Usually you make pushes and you attack with him first, and let's say you kill a monster and then you attack with like the Alias and then they drop Battle Fader. You can negate that. So he's pretty good. Negates searches, negates their pot of dualities. So he's just pretty good in general. Your main guy pretty much three aliases. They're pretty much the ones that you use Gemini Spark with. The ones that you get it with Stratos. He's just pretty much broke. Like I said, Gemini, an elemental hero, and it's a light. So what else could you want? Two Cyber Dragons. They're just there. They're just there because they're beat sticks, and they just lure out bottomlesses. Sometimes they lure out warnings so that these guys can come in. Because it sucks when this thing gets warninged, because then your sparks are dead. But it doesn't matter because you obviously run whatchamacallit. You run the Hero's Blast to get them back. But these guys are pretty much there to just lure out the bottomlesses and the warnings and stuff like that. And like I said, and they're even lights, so that's even better. Two DD Warrior Ladies. I love these two cards right here. Like, DD Warrior Lady is amazing. It just gets rid of anything that's giving you problems. Colossal Fighter, even Stardust. This deck has no problem with Stardust. It just runs over Stardust pretty easily. But Shooting Star could be a problem for this deck a little bit too. So sometimes just set it, and if they're dumb enough to attack it with the Shooting Star, then just remove it. But yeah, DD Warrior Lady is broken. Light also, so what else could you want? Too honest, standard. I mean, you need them. Oh, sorry about that. They're just there. They give you that extra security when you have a monster, and they can't really kill it because they know that you have an honest. They pretty much puts pressure on your opponent. Two breakers. This deck doesn't really have that much back row destruction, except for just two MSTs. I don't use Giant Trunit in this deck because this deck doesn't really like make big pushes. So it's more of a control based, obviously. And Giant Trunit is just pretty much a -1 in this deck. So this card pretty much puts in pressure. Summon it. They have to book it right away. So that makes it so that you can attack with other monsters. And they have to warning him sometimes. Bottomless right away. Stuff like that. So it creates pluses. It gets rid of D-Prisons, oppressions. But oppression doesn't hurt this deck. And just nasty stuff that gives you problems. Stratos standard. You need it to get to your aliases faster. I take in one Gale. What can you say? Gale's like the best tuner. It's pretty much a 26 beater. It gets over Stardust, and just a lot of things in general. Even the Shein, which is pretty broke. The fact that you can just summon this, half the Shein and attack. That's pretty broke. One Veiler. It works pretty good. I mean, it's a tuner at worst, so sometimes I just find myself like not being able to run over 2,000 defenders. So what I do is I just summon it and just synchro with like an alias or whatever I have that's a 4-star and make an android, and then just gain life and just sit on an android and pretty much make my warnings live again and stuff like that. So one Veiler's pretty good. So that's for the monsters. It's 17, I believe. For Magic, I run 2 books. 3 is too much. Like I said, this deck doesn't really make big pushes, so it can't really afford those -1s that much. So 2 Book of Moons is perfect, just to disrupt those synchro plays if they try to Black Rose you, because that kind of hurts sometimes. 2 Spark. I don't like 3. I just feel like sometimes it clogs, and if I really need it, then I just use Pot of Duality to search for it, to be honest. But like 3, it's alright, but I like 2 for now. I might playtest with 3, but I'm not too sure. 2 MSTs. You just need them. Just hit random back row sometimes helps. So yeah, my bad. Um, I run 2 pot of dualities. This is my proxy for the next one. I'm gonna get it pretty soon, but I don't like 3 pot of dualities in this deck either. I just feel like every time I pot, and when I was running 3, I would always hit a pot. So it was like sometimes the other 2 cards weren't as good. So it's like, what's the point of me kind of slowing down a little bit and then like potting for another pot? Kind of makes it useless. So for me, 2 pot is just fine. I run 2 smashings. I really like smashing ground. Against Black Wings, they just pretty much wrecks them. Because, I mean, they summon a monster, they set back row, it's like GBs. They have their Icarus attacks just ready to go off. And if you're able to just smashing their monster, it's like, they cry, you know. So, it's pretty good just to get rid of pesky synchros. Except for Stardust, obviously, but this thing puts in work. 1 Rhoda and 1 Ecall. I like Rhoda a lot. It's just ridiculous because you can search your DD Warrior Lady and pretty much gives you an instant out to whatever's giving you problems right there. So I like it a lot. And then the E-Call just to get that Stratos or that Alias. So it's pretty broke. It's pretty much 2 monsters. So it's like if you were running, I was running 17, so it's pretty much like running 19 monsters. Monster Reborn and Dark Hole, I mean, they're staples. You're going to run them. As for traps, you run 2 warnings. 2 warnings is fine. I don't like 3. That's too much for me. I feel like they're dead draws. And like I said, if you really need that 3rd one, Pot of Duality makes it so that you can get to the warning faster. That way you don't have to run 3 to like see it more often. I run 2D prisons, more outs to like Synchros, Stardust, stuff like that. Shooting Star. It's just overall very good protection. And it just helps out a lot against like Trooper, because sometimes you just summon Thunder King and they want to go all aggro with their Trooper and they summon Mill and they try to attack and it's like deep prison, you know, like get rid of that threat right away. Mirror Force, Torrential, Solemn, pretty much staples. I run Oppression because this deck does not special summon all that often, to be honest. It's rare when I do, but Oppression just helps me like lock in the game. Just pretty much stop those battle faders. If they need to synchro to get rid of my stuff, usually they try to go for Catastor a lot because this deck pretty much is weak to Catastor. My only out are smashings, or if I book it, or if I set a DD Warrior Lady, they attack into it. But Oppression pretty much is clutch. Makes me like lock the game faster. 1 Hero's Blast. I do not like 2. Like I said, I'm only running 2 sparks. Maybe if I go to 3 sparks, I'll put in the other one. But for now, I'm just gonna put in 1, see how it works. Other than that, it's a very good +1 against Black Wings. They summon like they go Whirlwind, summon Sure or something that you can just go Hero's Blast, kill it, and get your plus. So I really like this card. It's a good +1. In 1 Bottomless, you don't need more than 1, to be honest. You can, if you don't have warnings, then you can put 2 Bottomless, but Bottomless has lost a lot of power in this format. Maybe next format it'll pick up more, but for now, it's just not that good. But yeah, guys, that was the deck. It was 41 cards. It runs 17 monsters, 14 magic, and 10 traps, I believe. I really like this deck right now. So yeah, comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later.